Hello and welcome back to Minecraft, where my favourite block, furnace, because it can't be pushed, is used. Oh no. We're in the console version. So yeah, what we have is a 3x3 flush door, which does this. So, it's in your wall, hides away, but originally it just looks like a flat wall. Obviously there's grey here, which makes it obvious, but if this was white, then you wouldn't be able to notice. And that's the point of these guys. And the redstone looks a little like this. So it's 4 blocks wide if you include the wall, because there's some pistons at the front that push up the front 3 blocks. But it's kind of really 3 blocks wide, just plus those ones at the bottom, because that's all they do. And then in the length in this direction, we just got 7 blocks. And then in the height, we got 10 blocks, because it sticks an extra block up for this redstone and this repeater. So how do you build it? Well, firstly for the resources, you're going to need 11 sticky pistons, 20 redstone dust, 6 redstone torches, redstone block, 4 honey blocks or slime blocks, 6 obsidian, I've also missed the repeaters here, and 4 repeaters, but I forgot to put them there. So yeah, that should be 4 repeaters, but they're the things you need. You're also going to need some blocks to put all of that on. I didn't bother counting them because they're just blocks. You can use anything and get it easily. I'm going to use wool just to make it separate from the rest of it. And then we're also going to need the obsidian. The blocks that are sort of door and wall are made out of. These have to be blocks you can push. Okay, so obviously the door is 3 wide, and then under the first 3 blocks we have 3 pistons aiming upwards into blocks. Sticky pistons, Alice, and then your wall is going to be around it like this. Like so. On the left side, we're actually going to have 4 obsidian blocks, like this, and that's because some honey blocks or slime blocks go past them, so you're going to need the obsidian to stop those. On the right side, we go 1 block back into the wall, and at the top we have 4 sticky pistons aiming into the door like this. And then we also do 2 sticky pistons at the back of those aiming forwards into blocks, and then put blocks up there. Now in the floor again, we go to the right side and we go 2 blocks backwards and 1 block down, and then place sticky piston aiming up with the redstone block on top of it. And that's to power this piston here. And then we can fill in the other wall blocks and floor blocks like that. Now in our ceiling, we're actually going to have honey blocks, and what you do is go to the back, go a block above the obsidian like that, and we place 4 honey blocks like this with blocks in front of them because they pull them down, and then above these honey blocks we do 2 sticky pistons aiming downwards, and then also on the back there's going to be a sticky piston aiming forwards. And just to hide the door when it's closed a bit better, we'll do a block there. So if I look on the original design, that's this block, because it means that when it folds away, after closing, there isn't sort of a weird gap in the ceiling. Okay, so next to that block, we're just going to do some obsidian, and then to the side of this honey block, we also have obsidian, and that's because the honey block can't push it, and we don't want those bits of ceiling coming down. And then we can just fill in our blocks on the rest of the ceiling, and also the floor and the wall, like that. And that's the layout. And then if we go to the left side, at the bottom of the obsidian, at the front we do a block, then a block 2 blocks behind that, and then a block underneath to make this V shape here. In the middle we have a repeater aiming to the back, and that's into a redstone dust, and then we have a block with a torch on it, and another block that has a torch to the side, and also a torch aiming at the honey blocks there. And that'll power this piston when it moves down. Above the torch at the front, we do a block, and then we do more blocks going across these pistons, place redstone on the first 2, then a repeater aiming sideways on 2 ticks, and then a redstone dust. And that'll power this piston after this torch has gone off, and then this piston here gets pushed down, which will get powered by the torch, And then we just have to power this final piston to push everything forwards from here into the door there. So this redstone here will do that by powering this block, and then that will power the piston there. So that's the top bit. We also use this to power part of the other side, so we take a redstone down from the repeater, like that, and then a redstone on top of the obsidian, and that'll power this top piston when it gets pushed out to push this bit of door out. And okay, now we move to the bottom. So from this repeater on the input that was aiming into a block at the back, we go a block down with redstone dust. Then we do a block coming from that redstone dust into the floor with a repeater on its full delay, so 4 ticks. And we do a block underneath the floor with redstone dust, and we do 2 more going across, like that. We do a redstone dust and a repeater on 2 ticks. But first I'm just going to go around the side here, so going towards the front pistons we do 2 blocks, and then we do 2 going along them, and we just place redstone on all of that, and the redstone will aim at the pistons to power them on Bedrock Edition, so that's cool. This repeater goes into a redstone dust, and then a block with a torch on top, then another block with another torch on top, then another block, 2 blocks above the pistons, and redstone along all of that. And then the torch that's on, we do a block next to that with redstone dust, that goes into a block side, and then torch above that to power all of those pistons. And that should be the circuit completely done. So to power it, we just power this block here. So you can do that by putting a redstone there and then a block on the wall. And then we can use the lever like we did in the intro. So we go like that. Everything pushes in, and then we turn it off and everything goes away. And that's your 3x3 flush door. So your wall just goes around it like this. And now if we make the lever a bit more hidden, we can completely hide a base entrance in a wall like this. Has to be a bit tall though. I've been Night and Died. I'll see you in the next one.